Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Friday evening. Hope you've had a lovely week. Looking forward to a nice weekend ahead. I must say the Friday evening practice is my favourite practice of the week because it's kind of that transition period between the week and the weekend. So hopefully you enjoy this practice too. As it's the 1st of September, we have our roll of honour for the month of August, and absolutely storming it this month are Natalie, Patricia and Sharon, who have done a humongous amount of practices. So really well done to the three of you. Congratulations also to Jean, Mags, Analise, Anka, Maxine, Maureen, Niamh and Viv, Alan, Mo and Petra. Congratulations all of you on continuing with your yoga practice. It's fantastic. So, as always throughout the practice today, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So let's begin our practice in a seated position. Close your eyes. Just take a moment to slow down. Let go of your day. Let go of everything that's going on in your world. And just bring yourself to your mat. Becoming aware of yourself sitting here on your mat. Aware of your seat bones, having equal weight on both seat bones. Lengthening through your spine to make yourself as tall as possible. Keeping that chin parallel to the floor. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Then let that focus go to your breath. Inhaling through your nose into your belly. Pause, and then exhaling through your nose. A nice long exhale each time, extending the exhale so maybe it's twice as long as your inhale. And let's take 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, gently opening your eyes, bringing yourself onto all fours for tabletop. And from here, we're going to step up into a squat. So we're going to be doing a couple of squats at the start. So making your way into your most comfortable version of squat, using whatever props you need to help you get into this position. Letting those elbows come against the knees. See, can you have a nice straight line from elbow to elbow, palms together, lengthen through the spine. And then letting the hands come down onto the mat in front of you, keeping that length in the arms and in the spine. Begin to lift up here, turn the feet to the front. So you're folding forward, bend your knees as much as you need to, folding forward with a nice long spine and hands about 12 to 18 inches away from your feet. And then bend the knees, coming all the way up to stand at the top of your mat. And from here, let's raise the arms up And then sweep them down to the sides, and as you do, turn your feet out, lower down into your squat. Palms together, elbows against the knees, lengthen through the spine, take a breath. And then hands down onto the floor or the mat in front of you. Keeping that length in the spine, drawing the hips up, turn the feet to the front. So you're bending forward with your spine nice and straight. Your chest is away from your thighs. Lengthen spine, bend the knees, coming up to stand. Raising the arms up, bringing them down, toes come out, down into your squat. Placing the hands on the floor, taking a breath. Raising the hips, straightening the legs, toes to the front, taking a breath. Bending the knees, coming all the way up to stand, taking a breath. Raising the arms up, and then bringing them down as you come back down into your squat for a breath. Hands to the front. Straightening the legs, toes to the front. Coming up to stand. 2 more times, raising the arms up, feet point outwards as you come down into your squat. All the while finding that length in the spine, hands come down onto the mat. Straightening the legs. Bending the knees as you come up to stand. One last time. Arms come up, sweeping them down, toes out into your squat. Hands out to the front. And lifting up the hips, straightening the legs, lengthen the spine. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, bring the hands into prayer at the chest and take a breath. And then from here, just shifting the weight into that right foot. You can bring your hands onto your hips, raising the left foot up, flex that foot, have the knee in line with the hip. And then let's circle that ankle. First in one direction, and then take it in the other direction. Keep a softness in the knee of the standing leg. So your muscles are taking the strain rather than your knee joint. And then from here, draw the leg back so the 2 knees are lined up with each other. And if you can reach your foot at the back, do. Standing nice and tall. One more breath here. Find a gaze point. Coming to stillness. And then release the foot down. Good. Let's take that on the other side. So shifting the weight into that left foot, left leg. Raise the right leg up. Again, the knee is up at hip height. Flexing the foot. Let's circle that foot. First in one direction and then taking it in the other direction. Again, having a softness in that left knee. And then when you're ready, drawing that right leg back, either just letting it remain there with the knee bent, or hold on to that right foot. One more breath here. And then releasing that foot down onto the mat. Bring the hands into prayer and bend the knees, coming down onto your tippy toes. And come into a toe stand here. Having the ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Try to find your balance. One more breath. And then bringing the hands down, let's just swivel around. So we're now up at the top of your mat, but facing the long side of your mat. And step your left leg out, flexing the left toe. Two more breaths here, really feeling a nice stretch in this extended leg. On the hamstring and on the calf, and a nice stretch of the quad on the right leg. And then moving it over to the other side, again stretching that right leg out. Good, feeling the stretch. One more breath, keeping that right foot flexed. Good, and coming back into the center, coming into a wide-legged squat, lowering the hips down, raising the torso, bringing the hands to the chest, taking a breath here. And straightening the legs. Let's come back up to the top of the mat, bringing your hands onto your hips once again, shifting the weight into the right leg, lifting up the left leg, this time opening the leg out. Keeping that foot flexed, standing up tall. Little bend in the right knee. One more breath. And bringing that left leg down, shifting the weight into the left leg as you raise the right leg up. And this time extend the right leg out, flexing that foot. Finding your point of balance. One more breath here. And drawing that leg back down by your side, raising the arms up over the head, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. Sweeping those arms out to the side into a nice forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to, letting the chest get close to the thighs. And then stepping those hands out in front of you, lengthen through the spine, chest away from the thighs. Deepening back to your full forward fold. And let's step the right leg back to come into your low lunge. And let's take it from here through to a plank. Setting up the hands nice and active as you step back into your plank. One more breath here. And come down on your knees and feet, chest and then belly, lifting up into your little cobra. And push on up through your tabletop into your downward dog. Adjust the hands. Curl those toes, lifting the knees, and let's just make our way into dog. Pedaling your way in. Pressing into the mat with your hands, pushing away from those hands to lengthen through the spine. Gaze towards the belly button. One more breath here. Raising that right leg up and step it through for a low lunge here. And hands either side of the foot. Let's step it up to a forward fold. Bending the knees. Come all the way up to stand. Palms together over the head. Raise the gaze. Take a breath. And sweep those arms out to the side. Forward fold. And then step the hands away. Lengthen the spine. And back into your forward fold. Let's step that left leg back for your low lunge. And then taking it through to your plank. Coming down, knees and feet, chest and belly, and then drawing that forehead and chest away from the mat into your back bend. Pushing on up through tabletop to your downward dog. Let's stay here for 2 breaths. And raising that left leg up, let's step it through. Low lunge.
And making your way back into your forward fold. Bend the knees. Coming all the way up, drawing those hands into prayer at your chest, taking a breath. And from here, turning those feet outwards, let's sink down into a squat. And then bring the hands behind you here, lowering yourself down onto your mat and lowering your back down onto your mat. Taking a breath here. And then raise your right leg up. Nice and tall, so it's straight up if you can. And very, very slowly lower it down. Keeping the foot flexed as you very, very slowly let it make its way down towards the mat. Controlling it with your core and your upper thigh muscles, then letting it eventually reach the mat. And let's raise that left leg up again, flex the toes, flex the foot, and very, very slowly lower the leg down towards the mat. With great control all the way down. And when it reaches the mat, again draw the right leg up and very, very slowly let it come down. And then with the left leg, nice and slowly, focusing on your breath, controlling the movement the whole way down. Once more on each side. Right leg up. Try to make the movement as even as you can. So you're in total control of every muscle that's involved in that movement. And then one final time on the left. And then when both legs have reached the ground, bend both knees and raise both legs up. And let's try the same with both legs. We'll just do it the once. So both legs raised, flex the feet so it's looking at the ceiling, and very, very slowly lowering the legs down. With as much control as you can have. A little trickier with both legs together. Requires a bit more of your core strength here. And then when it reaches the ground, bend both knees and hug them into the chest, just swaying gently from side to side. And then letting the feet come down onto the mat. Let your hands come down by your sides and draw the heels up so they're just touching your fingers. Then let's press into the mat with our feet as we rise up into a bridge. Lifting the hips up. One more breath here. And then very slowly lowering yourself down onto your mat. Once more hugging the knees into the chest, taking a gentle sway. And then let the feet come down onto the mat, lengthening out the legs, arms down by your side with your palms facing upwards for your final resting pose. And then letting go your feet and your legs. Letting go your glutes and pelvis. The whole back of your body and shoulder blades. Letting go the front of your body, chest and shoulders. Your arms and your hands. Your head, your face, your jaw and chin. Whole of your body, just let it go. And pause here for gratitude for whatever you're feeling particularly grateful for today. And then let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhale. Keeping your attention on your breath for the next few minutes.